that look. I mean, if you look closely at them, they've got like a fairy's beauty amongst them, but they're ghostly and they're writhing around. And there's well, at this point, dozens of them around, and they're just in this formation as they're flying now out of the water towards the deck of the ship. Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. Welcome to Deacon's Table. I am DknBluez, your resident dungeon bastard or dungeon master or game master. Whatever you want to call me, it's all good. Just don't call me late for the game because then we're in trouble. Going to take a moment here. We're going to go around the table momentarily. Hi, everybody. Hi, Vic. Hi, or Sydney Vic, sorry. Hey, Dave, you're out there. I see. I know you've been doing a jig, listening to the music. I apologize for a little bit of a delay, but technical difficulties and slow starts seem to be a thing for Deacon's Table. So, we do our best. We do our best because we're not professional actors. We're not voice actors. We're not professional anything for the most part. We're just a bunch of nerds. That like to, well, we're professional with some things, I'm sure, but we're a bunch of nerds that hang out and we have like-minded interests, and one of those is role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, and that's why we're here and we're playing this game. We're only 3 players today. One member is ill, so her character is currently on the ship below deck with swamp fever, so that she must have picked up when you guys were in Kelpwood last. So anyway, so just to go over through the table, Kian, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm playing Kian Reshar. She's a serpentine sea folk, kind of like a lizard folk, people that are familiar with that. And she is a Covenant class, which is a little bit warlock, a little bit cleric-y, a little bit fighter.
Yeah, in essence, a Covenant is an original for Foreverland for Oyala Andor. That is a class that is a clerical divine version of a warlock. So yeah, definitely a little bit different. But you're in for a treat. Next up, we have Rynn. Rynn, who are you and who are you playing? Who's Rynn?
Hi, I'm Kiri Morning, and I am playing Rynn, the artist Tessin dancer. She's basically a cat girl with ADHD.
Yeah, that sums it up for sure. And next to Rynn, of course, is Jorrack.
Hey, Ken the Friend here, mostly Ken the Friend on YouTube. If you've ever imagined the green shell in Mario Kart getting really mad and punching you, that's probably Jorrack. He's the party's coral back, a little grumpy, don't throw him or he's going to slap you kind of character. So,
yes, and he is a pit fighter, which is our version of like a gladiator type of deal. So, welcome everybody, and again, I am DknBluez. I will be playing many characters, many NPCs, many enemies, but for the most part, when aboard the ship, I am Captain Darius Vane, Redblade, as they call him. So that is who we are. You'll see at the bottom of the screen, there's some instructions for you all. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, set the little bell icon too to get notification. Type all those buttons and whatever you need. And the website there, and the link bio site takes you to all of our socials, including, most importantly, guys, our Discord server. Come and be part of our Discord and part of our community so you can get in on some of these live games. We stream twice a week. This is a set game. Tuesdays is kind of a rotating game that lasts 4 weeks at a time. So there's lots of opportunity, and there's 24/7 role-playing going on online even as we speak. So with that in mind, we're going to kind of begin the episode. The Scarlet Reaver creaks as it leaves behind the shadowed mangroves of Sura and the mangrove labyrinth that is there. The memories of strange whispers and the horrors beneath the roots kind of linger among the crew. Fresh sea wind, though, pushes the sails taut. Captain Vane stands on the quarterdeck, his voice sharp against the crashing surf. 400 miles through the Embermire Straits before we make open waters. This is no gentle voyage. Reefs, fire, and storm lie ahead. Sulfur drifts faintly from the volcanic horizon. You get that tinge in your nose. The ocean beneath you is churning with a strange warmth, as if it's alive, from the lava tubes that are beneath the water's currents as you're going through. Pretty much like what you're seeing there, moving forward. What do you like? How do you guys prepare for this stretch of the voyage? Now that you've kind of been told, you've basically already gone the 600 miles from Sura. You've gone several days as you're getting to this point. What is it that your characters are doing specifically to preparing, like securing supplies, tending, just working the ship, keeping watch for things like what have you? What's your objectives? Kian, what are you doing?
She says, finally we approach. And he said this was the short way. So she's just helping with the lines and the activities of the ship. And
so you're tending to the ship. I need you to make me athletics check.
And watching the rails, like she likes to do.
Yeah. Well, your priority would probably be tending the ship because everybody's looking over the railing as you're.
Yeah, that's a 19.
A 19. The sails are tightened. The ropes are checked. Efficiency is quite improved amongst everybody. And you can make note on your sheet temporarily right now that for if you are assisting with any navigation related checks during this session, you will get advantage. Rynn, what is Rynn doing?
Rynn is doing her typical, up in the riggings, bounding from one mast to the other, tying things down, tightening knots.
Basically, so you're doing pretty much the same thing that Kian is doing.
In the moment.
Okay. So you can also make an athletics check.
Do I have 15.
15. Very nice. So again, you notice everything is secure. You're doing your job. You're helping your other crewmates do their job. Everything is secure. And for this session as well, Rynn will gain advantage on any navigation-based check. What is Jorrack doing? Well, they're tending to the ship, like Rynn up in the riggings and Kian around the deck itself. What's Jorrack up to?
Mostly keeping watch. Like you said, everyone's out looking out over the rails, but him specifically, like if looking at current patterns, if like there's waves and they're getting close to land, seeing if any reefs pop up, just trying to keep an awareness, making sure there's no more boats that sneak up on the ship like before. So just keep an overall awareness around.
You're really paying attention. Make me an insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Oh, that was almost a nat 1, but that's a 14.
14. Okay. You're kind of there, and things seem a little bit odd for a few moments as you begin this first stretch of the Straits. You notice this strange-looking seabird circling above. You've never seen before. And it's it cries out as it's circling the ship. You kind of get the feeling that this is a warning of expect something dangerous beneath the waves. You just got that. That's what the vibe you're getting from the situation as you're watching. And as preparations are finishing and you guys are making that course correction, Captain Vane raises his spyglass to the volcanic silhouettes. We sail a knife's edge, he declares. The Embermire Straits will test us. Between Embermire Island and the peninsula, fire and stone rise from the sea itself. Keep sharp eyes. Survival depends on it. The crew falls quiet, and their faces are very tense. The Reaver's crimson sails catch the wind, and the ship surges westward into the unknown, in very similar surroundings as you see in the image ahead. It is a pretty rocky and dangerous path and course to take. How do you spend watch during this crossing? Like, what are you? Are you helping the crew with the watches? Are you just you yourself? And now that the ship is all set, all the riggings and everything's done, are you scouting ahead? Are you just kind of hanging together? What is your kind of plan at this point?
Real quick,
As you're spending those days.
When Jorrack was watching, you said there's something a little off. In which was that more in the front of the ship, in the back of the ship, just in general around?
You were kind of midship, looking over the rail and looking at the sea, and then looking at this volcanic island in the far distance, and then you see these rock formations jutting out of the water, and there's a single seabird that's crying, circling the ship, and it's just like an odd-looking seabird that you've never seen, and you just get that feeling of foreboding as you're kind of taking this scene in, and that's kind of what it was. It's just like a warning, an omen of sorts.
He'll probably get like the first. He doesn't want to bother the captain directly, but he'll probably get the first mate to pay attention and point up to the bird, while also seeing if it's not set up, getting the front harpoon gun ready, and sticking close to it just in case.
Okay. Garrick kind of nods, looking up at the bird, and noted, and then he goes about his business. So you have informed a senior officer, and you've now gone to man the guns, or the guns, harpoon gun, I guess you'd call it, ahead. So you're doing that. What about Rynn? How's your watch routine going? Is it just amongst the crew watching, or just amongst yourselves?
Well, she kind of flits around from crew to our group and whatnot, but because of the recent attacks, she keeps checking over the side.
Okay.
She doesn't want to be caught unaware again.
Okay. All right, so that's what you're doing. And Kian, what about you?
I would be helping if there was still need of it. Otherwise, just watching from the rails as they make their passage through.
So you're basically just keeping active watch.
Yep.
So you've got you keeping active watch. You got Jorrack kind of watching, but also manning the harpoon gun, and then Rynn's kind of flitting between back and forth, watching over the railings as well, but just kind of probably conveying between the two of Kian and Jorrack at the other end of the ship, just keeping everybody's up to date on what's going on. The Embermire Straits stretch out before you, and it's a restless sea veined with black reefs and crowned with steaming volcanic islands. The first leg of the journey begins, 400 miles of fire and wave. The horizon seems to close in as the Reaver sails forward, crimson sails cutting across the boiling expanse of sea. The sea shifts under the Scarlet Reaver as the Embermire Peninsula. Oops, where is that image? As the Embermire Peninsula cliffs rise in the distance, sharp and jagged like a wall of black stone. Waves surge against the rocks, their white spray rising high into the air. The winds howl through narrow channels, and already you can hear the booming roar of hidden shoals just beneath channels and shoals just beneath the surface. Overhead, more seabirds have now gathered, scattering from their nests that are amongst the rocks, and their cries are lost against the stormy winds and the rush of the waves of the ocean. What do you do in this moment?
Well, how stormy is it? Is the weather getting worse?
It's rough. It's rough water, for sure.
Where's the captain standing in all this?
The captain is actually right beside the helmsman.
Yeah.
And yes, Rynn, I see you.
Rynn will lash a rope around her waist.
Okay.
And attach it to.
So you're bracing. You're bracing against the winds. Okay.
She's small enough; she'll get blown away.
Yeah, or washed over.
Kian would probably make her way to near the helm to await orders.
Okay. So you're going to be helping, most likely charting a course and moving forward. What about Jorrack? What's Jorrack doing in this moment?
He's almost like Drax. You almost look like he's smiling with the storm coming in, the ship just going crazy, the rocks. He looks like he's having a blast. He doesn't have a lot of worry. He's still keeping an eye out for any potential enemies, but right now he's just enjoying the ride. Complete faith in the captain and the ship.
Okay. So as the ship goes, first of all, I'm going to need athletics checks from everybody as the ship rocks side to side, waves crest over top of the railing. It's
Hey, glad you used a rope. I got a 14.
We'll get there. So 14 is a success, which is good. I'm assuming Rynn is a failure.
5.
Okay, that's fine. Kian?
23.
23. So 2 successes and 1 failure. So out of that, Jorrack, you're fine. Kian, you're more than fine. You just kind of lean with everything that's going on. Rynn, you're at one point you thought you were steady on your feet and you secured the rope, and at one point you just kind of took your eye off the prize for a moment, and a wave comes and catches you from behind and carries you to the end of the rope. Good thing you had tied it, otherwise it looked like you would be heading over the rail. So you are safe because you did.
Glad I did that.
You did tie the rope. You guys move further through the straits and through the channel, and again the winds are rising and the waves are rising. There is a sail that gets tangled, and the captain has ordered people to go and untangle, free the sail, and get it set straight. I need everybody to make me an acrobatics check.
Thank you. 24.
Okay, that's a success.
Acrobatics. Jorrack's not really paying attention. He looks up and all of a sudden acrobatics of 5.
Okay.
This is 16 for Kian.
Okay, so Kian, you succeeded. Jorrack, you're doing you were having a blast there for a minute, but then you're like, oh, crap, I gotta get. And you see a spot that it's not too bad. You think you can kind of step up on some of the riggings and grab it and untangle it. And as you reach up, the rope was a little slippier than you thought because of all the water rushing in, and your foot went through the opening in the netting, and you got snagged. And you kind of fall, backwards a little bit against the decking of the ship, doing 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
I'm okay.
As you land on your side, and you guys see this, but you don't really hear it because of the waves and the roar of everything. However, you guys are making your way through the channel, and you've helped where you can. I need one final roll from Kian, and that is a navigation roll, which would be a wisdom check if you don't have navigation or water.
Okay, that would be a wisdom, using my wisdom saving throw
Nope, modifier.
modifier.
Should
That'd
just
be an
straight.
18.
Just a straight
for-
wisdom. Okay.
Yep.
So you're helping, and it goes a long way with the helmsman and the navigator that's there, and the captain as well. And with a final crash, the Reaver bursts through the surf and clears the last of the jagged shoals. The cliffs of Embermire Peninsula fall behind you, their shadows retreating into the mist of the spray of the ocean waves. The deck is littered with sea spray. There's actually a couple of fish flopping around on the deck that didn't end up going back into the sea. There is broken rigging. There are very tired sailors right now because, again, 400 miles. It's been days. Let's put it that way. You've actually been going through this strait, for 400 miles. So again, that's days that you've been traveling and doing this. So everybody's tired for certain. There is, as I said, there's some minor rigging loss and damage. The crew seems fairly. I mean, they're tired, but a little bit emboldened. You guys will take note that on any group check, that because you work together, you until I mention otherwise, you will get advantage on your group rolls as you move forward. So, salt still burns on your lips as the Scarlet Reaver sails west into deeper seas. The Embermire cliffs vanish in the distance, but new dangers await as you press further into the straits. The seas themselves, they grow rapidly, or rapidly to for where they were considering strangely calm. Quiet, flat waters. The violent spray and battering winds fade away, replaced by heavy silence, broken only by the creak of the timbers of the ship and the occasional flap of a loose sail. The water here is unnaturally smooth. Rynn, you want to add something?
I was just about to ask whether it seems natural or not.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, you've been at sea long enough to know to see the sea this calm. It's not normal for sure. It's as though some vast hand has literally stilled the water.
It's the Leviathan.
Not the Leviathan.
Do you yell that?
I whispered to Jorrack. I'm smart enough not to say it out loud.
But he will say out loud.
The other crewman that was standing near you did not hear.
But yeah, he will correct her out loud, not the Leviathan.
Could be.
Crewman did hear that, not the Leviathan. And with the reaction to you, they seem to accept that. Faint lights flicker deep below the surface as you look down over the railings. They're like lanterns drifting on the seafloor. Every so often, a whisper seems to ride the mist surrounding you. So faint, you can't tell if it's your imagination or a voice carried on the tide. It's one of those, you're just like, did I really hear that? You're not 100% certain. In this moment, what is Jorrack doing?
With it being calm, it's kind of got his attention now. He's with Rynn at the moment, looking down. Do these lights remind him of the jellyfish?
Not particularly.
Okay, he's going to monitor their behaviors to see if he can discern what they are and if they're to be left alone or just part of the sea or
Okay. All right.
food.
Make me a perception roll.
I'm okay with
And
rolls.
this is, by the way, this is a group, so you get advantage. This is a group challenge.
Well, it was a 16 for the first roll anyway.
Okay, so with perception, you're kind of watching and you're hearing these whispers still, but you notice something about the whispers. They're not coming from like the same place; they're directionless, and they seem. It's definitely not your imagination. This seems magical at this point. And Jorrack's kind of going, gets that hair on the back of his neck type of feeling. It's magic. And it's seems to be preventing the crew from something. It's making everybody on board the ship behave a certain way. Not 100% positive what it is yet. Rynn, what is it that you're doing in this moment? This is not naturally calm, and you're noticing the lights.
Yeah, because Rynn's been on the ship for longer than everybody else, and she's picked up some of the seafarers. What's the word I'm looking for? Superstitions.
Yep.
She kind of looks around. She looks at whether or not they're like drowned souls in the water. But when she notices the crew having difficulty,
what you noticed, because again, Jorrack really pinpointed the fact that they were being somehow compelled somehow. What you're sensing is not necessarily that they're compelled to do something, but you're noticing everybody seems to be at a loss at this moment.
She's wondering whether or not there's the whispers or sirens.
Make me an Arcana check.
Come on, baby. 16? Wait. Yeah, 16.
You just made it. You identify the whispers as remnants of siren magic, bound into the currents of the waves, or the lack of waves in this case. Harmless if resisted. And for you, you can now take inspiration, please.
Nice.
Inspiration basically gives you an extra D20, so that at any point during this session, should you want to re-roll, you can re-roll.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's what inspiration is. Kian, taking this moment in. Again, you don't know that everybody's hearing the whispers or anything else, is because again, it's that thing that you kind of you're like, I'm just imagining it or whatever. You're not at first. You're not focused on it. You do look down and see these lights under the waters. You see that everything is calm. There's a mist over the water. What is Kian's reaction or actions?
She might try to do a little, let's say, pushing her thoughts outward to see if she can sense what these whispers are about.
Okay. You will need to make me a persuasion roll.
Ah, that's a 19. So that's
start with that. So
22 total.
You managed for this moment to kind of drown out the whispers to push deeper. That there is something buried in the whispers. There is song. There is story. There is commands. You pick that up from this essence. But I also need a strength check.
Okay.
And I'll explain that in a moment.
That is a 8. She's strong, but I guess she was off.
So what happens at this point is everything is going on. Kian is kind of standing at the edge of the rail and reaching out with your thoughts and just checking to see what's there and what you feel. And one of your crewmen come up beside you, and they kind of stand beside you for a moment, and then they climb up to go over the railing, and then they climb on top of the railing, and then they climb over the railing, and they're standing there, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of your eye, you notice this as they're taking a step off the deck of the ship and into the water. You reach out and grab a hold of the scuff of their neck, and unfortunately, your grip is not strong enough, and they go into the water with a splash. So we've got a person at this point overboard.
Man overboard! He just sailed over and jumped in.
There's something.
I tried to grab him. Yeah, I heard it. It's like a song, and it's like, yeah, I hear it. Maybe that's why that guy jumped in. Maybe he was entranced.
Toss him a rope.
Jorrack's already diving overboard to try to get to him. Just
are you? Okay. All right. I'm just gonna.
Jorrack.
Crewman overboard.
And you guys are. Sorry, is everybody third level, and second level, right?
I'm like just a hair below.
Jorrack second still?
Third,
and Rynn is second.
And Daksha's third, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Daksha's down second.
Daksha's down few counterguts.
All right. I just had to pull up the stat block for what we're looking at here. Checking to see about the guy. So you've dived into the water.
I hope it's cool and refreshing.
I'm going to let you, because you've dived in, Jorrack, I'm going to let you roll me a strength saving throw, please. And it's not for you at the moment.
That's a 10.
Okay. So as you're getting, you dive into the water, and it's dark, it's murky, and still in the distance below, you see these moving, like floating lanterns almost at the bottom of the water. Even under the water, you start to hear that whisper again, but more of a melody as it's playing, and you're swimming towards the crewman that had fallen over and is struggling. And everybody on the crew can swim, and you know this. In general, they can swim. May not be great, but they can swim. There doesn't seem to be anything like waves to fight against, but they're struggling. And as you get close within grabbing range, all of a sudden that sailor goes limp and floats and bobs to the surface. What are you doing?
Well, I don't think I have my pack on me, so I don't have any healing potions. So I'm going to try to get to him, get his head above the water, and I don't know if the ship is moving away or look up for a rope or.
The ship is moving. It hasn't really stopped moving, but I mean, it's still there. I mean, there is a rope that has been thrown down over the side to do so. If you are, so you're attempting to grab him and move him to the rope to get him back to the ship.
Well, yeah, he's going to try to tie the rope around him so they can bring him up first.
Okay, I need everybody to make me an initiative roll, please.
This is fine.
Everything will be okay. I keep forgetting ignoring the comments. It's an age thing. Sorry. I apologize for anybody that makes a comment, by the way, and I don't see it. I don't always check the comments scroll on the side of my screen. I should make a point of checking that more often, but eventually we'll get more used to this. I might even have one of these guys just be responsible for checking the chat, and if there's something important that I need to read, then they'll point it out. We'll jump over. So, Jorrack, what is your initiative?
6.
6. And Rynn.
16.
And Kian.
17.
17. Okay. So top of the round, Kian, you've seen what's gone on. That person had jumped in right beside you. You were unable to stop them. As soon as they hit the water, Jorrack was kind of running down the deck and leaps over the railing after the sailor and into the water. You see them swimming towards the sailor, and he's not quite there yet, but all of a sudden you see that the sailor go from like struggling to be above the water to floating face down on the top of the water. What are you doing?
And I can see Jorrack is almost to the sailor.
Jorrack's like within, he can actually probably grab him this moment.
I guess she's just watching at this point.
Okay, so you're watching the situation play out, and then that brings us to Rynn. You're up.
Okay. I'm getting us now. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, so Jorrack has got him already?
Nope.
Him grabbing range.
He's probably grabbing him this round.
Well, I'm manning the other end of the rope.
So you're just holding the rope, getting ready to pull him up. Okay. That takes us to me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You feel, Jorrack, as you're there, and you're about to grab him, there's waves in the water around you, but you're looking and you're swimming, and there isn't any. It's kind of closing in as you've moved right towards it. I need you. No, that's you. Oh, never mind. You take 6 points of force damage as something enters you and then exits and enters and exits. I know that sounds wrong and dirty, but you've got this churning of water around you. You're being violated. There's no other way of putting it. You really are. You are being violated by an aquatic haunting with incorporeal beings that are basically like going in and out and whatever they're trying to do. but they've done that damage to you, and that is their turn. And that brings us now to you, Jorrack.
What kind of damage did they do?
Force damage.
Oh, force damage.
It's almost like your insides were being squished.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Well, his first act is to try to get the rope secured around him. That would be his action.
Okay. So you're securing the rope around the sailor or yourself?
The sailor.
The sailor.
Mm-hmm.
So you do secure the rope around the sailor with your action.
Mm-hmm.
You now have a movement or a bonus action.
Well, he'll just call up and it's like, get this guy up. There's water ghosts down here. And that ends his turn.
So Kian
Okay.
would reach
Well,
over and
Rynn
help
was waiting.
Rynn to
So
pull the
Rynn-
rope up.
So you're going to jump in and jump over and help Rynn pull the rope up. Okay, I was
Oh,
just going to.
no, I'm not jumping in.
No, I meant jump over.
Jump into
like jump
help.
to the side of Rynn
Oh,
and help
okay.
pull up the sailor.
Yeah.
So therefore, Rynn, you do not have to roll because now you have assistance. The two of you do manage to pull the sailor out of the water because you had held actions and that's what you were doing. Top of the round, Kian, what are you doing now? Now that the sailor is up and on deck.
Throw the
He's
rope
lying
back down to
there.
Jorrack and yell at him to get up here.
So you're just yelling down to Jorrack to get up here out of the water?
Yeah, I threw the rope down to him.
So that you've tossed the rope back down.
Yep.
Rynn, what are you doing as the sailor's lying here on the deck? Jorrack's in the water still. Seems to be a little bit struggling.
I'm going to check the sailor for signs of life.
Make me a medicine check.
Oh, jeez. Do I even have that? Probably not. Oh, I
Yeah,
do.
you still
Plus
try
one.
it.
9.
Okay. Seems like he's dead. You don't
He's
see
dead,
any
Jim.
signs of life. He's dead. He's dead. Yeah, damn it. I'm a cat woman, not a doctor.
If Kian sees that Jorrack is starting to climb up, she would probably go over there and start pushing on that guy's chest to get any water
Yeah.
out.
Well, we're not there yet.
Okay.
We're not there yet. That was Rynn, and now it's on to me again.
Sorry.
I need you, Jorrack, as you're in the water. You now, again, this movement all around you, and now the whispers and the voices and the song start to fill your head. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Saving throw.
Get out of my mind.
I'm changing my dice. That's a 7.
You, instead of going towards the rope that was tossed back down, you dive and begin swimming deeper into the water. You will move your full movement that round because you hadn't made a movement at this point. But you will now move basically 30 feet in the water. You have a swim. What is your swim speed actually? Is it 30?
That is, and that's what I'm trying to look up now. I think 35.
We have a separate swim speed?
Yeah, 35 swimming, 25 walking.
Okay. Yeah, some ancestries do have swim speeds.
Oh, okay.
Some have flying speeds too.
Kian has a swimsuit.
Come
It's not separate.
Rynn
So
does not.
you are, you have basically succumbed to this sound, and you've dived deeper. And as you've dived deeper, this pressure around you, swirling and massing, and you can feel it. These things, all of a sudden, it's like sharpness rather than just like that pulse, like that pressure, rather than just force. You feel like a sharp sting as well. They missed on this, strangely enough, with your carapace. They tried to claw. Whatever's in this water had claws, and you feel it kind of tearing at your hide and at your shell, and it I mean, it does no damage, but you can feel this as you've kind of almost swam into it as you've gone down. So now we are at the top of, or actually, no, now it's Jorrack. You're up. That was my turn.
Well, now I can swim back up, right?
No,
Oh,
you're
that
charmed.
used my movement. Well, he's
Nothing's
gonna,
saying you can't attack what's around you
I
because
was
that
going to
wasn't
say
part
he
of
was
this
going to
part.
lash out in the water. I don't think any weapons on him. I'll probably say if it's small enough, he probably had his assault dagger with him, so he'll try to swing with that.
Usually, yeah, most sailors will always keep a dagger somewhere
Yeah.
on their person. Okay, so the salt dagger, go ahead and roll the hit.
I forgot to change my die. That's an 8 to hit.
How bad was the
You and
original
your
roll?
roll.
My
It could
goodness.
have been. Oh no, that was a 7 with the new dice. So you know what? It's
Since
a
you
miss
have
regardless.
inspiration, you could probably use it if you did have such a thing.
Well, I
I
rolled
have
a
the
second
inspiration.
time anyway, just
Oh.
to test it. It was still a failure, so he missed.
Darn it.
Okay, so you swing out. So
There you
you
go.
are still surrounded by this chaos. Yeah, he needs one of those. So back at the top of the round, Kian, you're up, and Rynn, you are on deck.
Well, she was still, had lifted up the rope, and she saw that Rynn was attending to the guy, and she threw the rope back down to Jorrack, but she sees Jorrack dive instead, and she doesn't know whether he's just trying to get out of the way, knows she can swim and stuff. So she's kind of, but then she would turn and go to the sailor that came up and start pumping on his chest to push the water out of his lungs. So
Okay, you can make me
probably
medicine
drown.
roll.
CPR.
Oh, that's a medicine is 1. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, he's dead. He ain't coming back.
So she'd
You don't know,
do a
you
few
don't know
pumps
why.
and realize that nothing's happening. And
Yeah, you don't know why. No water sputtering out of him or anything like that. Like, there's nothing. He shouldn't have
She's-
drowned that quickly.
no, she'd stand and go, "Oh, he's gone."
Rynn, what are you doing?
Where's Jorrack?
He dived down. I don't know.
What are we? Oh, Jesus. She stuffs some cotton in her ears and dives in after him.
Okay. So you dive into the water. You hit the water. You go down. You see Jorrack under the water. You see these floating lantern lights really down further, kind of moving around. But you see Jorrack, and he seems to be flailing and lashing out with a dagger as you're swimming towards him. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Mm-hmm. 18.
Okay. You feel that you can that music, the whispering. It's still in your head, even though you're underwater, and it's
Even with
completed.
Even with my ears plugged?
Even with your ears plugged, you can hear it like a spectral whisper, but it's trying to compel you, and you resist. You don't know exactly what it was trying to compel you to do, but you resist, and you continue swimming towards Jorrack. He's flailing around at what appears to be nothing. Make me a perception roll.
11.
Yeah, he's fighting water, which it looks odd. What are you doing? You've reached him.
I'm going to. Does he appear dangerous to me?
No, he seems to be attacking the water, not you. Like he's
Okay,
not. He's not random either. He's.
I'm going to grab a hold of his the scruff of his shell and start hauling him back up to the surface.
Okay. You feel this, Jorrack, and you look back. You know it's Rynn. You see her grabbing the scruff of your shell and trying to pull you upwards. And I'm going to have you guys at this. Well, you've already used all your movement, Rynn, for this round, but you have grabbed his shell, and you feel the resistance as you're doing that. Now, that brings us to me. And now that you are in the water,
Oh,
you now notice, without a perception, that what he was attacking, there's like a swirl in the water. Yet you don't see anything, but the water is churning. It's now coming and surrounding you. You need to make me a strength saving throw, as this thing engulfs you.
so I have to get over my strength or under my strength?
It's your strength saving throw, which is your strength plus your proficiency.
I rolled a 13, and I have 0 proficiency. Yeah, and a strength of 10.
You are not restrained. It felt like the currents were trying to hold you in place or maybe drag you down. One thing, however, you've just noticed, like you're obviously you're holding your breath, but it now seems like you couldn't breathe if you wanted to. That's the feeling, like you get that closing off of the lungs, and it just seems like something's not right with the situation that you're going through. Jorrack, you're up. The swirling that was around you, that pressure you felt, is gone. But now looking towards Rynn, you don't want to go with her, by the way. You have no intent to go up. That's part of being on the charm. So you can make me another wisdom saving throw first.
Good.
See if you can.
He would not want to abandon her. Is that even the right die? That's a 5. Okay, give me another set. Let me try another set. Not for this roll. That's a 5. Dang, I'm gonna go with the unicorn.
Yeah, you have no intention to go back up with Rynn whatsoever. However, you still have an action. You can now see that churning surrounding Rynn.
Get it.
So what are you doing?
All right. I don't really want to go up anyway. That's fine. But I do see Rynn being attacked.
Yep.
He is not a fan of this. So he's going to look up. He can kind of see the swirly thing now, right?
Yep. You don't see what it is, but you just see the churning of the water.
Okay. So bonus action, he cracks his neck and activates Adrenaline Rush.
Awesome.
So he's got temporary hit points, advantage on strength. And an extra.
That's a neat trick.
All right. He swims up to the thing and he lashes out with his dagger.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Let me make sure the dice is changed. All right. I am lashing out with the dagger. That is an 18 to hit.
Yep.
And that
it does hit.
5 piercing and 1 cold.
So 6 points of damage. Oh, no cold. So 5 points of damage.
Okay.
It's immune to cold.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Now, action surge. He's going to attack with the dagger again.
Yep.
13 to hit.
Hits.
And that is going to be an additional 5 piercing. And then 2 weapon fighting. He's going to take his other light weapon, the Tessin Masterwork fan, and attack with that.
So you bring it out, and because you can improvise with things, you can use this weapon. It's not really meant for underwater fighting,
fair
per se, but you do manage to get it off and roll the hit.
I'll do this another.
Wait, did you just say a Tessin fan?
Yeah, the first time you actually noticed this, Rynn, even though you're kind of panicking, you see a fan you've never seen before, and Jorrack is wielding it.
That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
And that does 10 slashing.
And that was with the fan?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes 5. See, the salt dagger is counted as a magical weapon when it comes to these things,
but you said it was an improvised weapon. So for Jorrack, improvised weapons count as magical weapons.
Oh, that's right. You have that. Okay, so it does work. She takes full 10. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
And he would yell at it to let her go, but he's kind of underwater, so he's just going to kind of glare at it.
You see bubbles coming up. That's what you see at the top, Kian. You see some bubbles on the surface.
That's all I see? Oh, no.
And finally, he ends his turn.
Top of the round. Kian, what are you doing?
Well, she runs back to the rail. And she looks back at everybody. She looks down in the water, trying to see if she can see what's going on in there.
You see movement under the water.
She's gonna hesitate. She's not sure whether jumping in would really help or make things worse. Or she might do better from here, so she's
hesitating and waiting.
Watching.
Rynn.
Ready to jump in if she feels she needs to.
Because Rynn specializes in the Tessin, she would probably know how to use it underwater.
Well, as I said, you're not going to get. It's not a negative. You're not getting a disadvantage. It's just not really meant for that. Like you can't throw it obviously underwater.
Obviously, yeah.
You can always use the blades because they're always sharp.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's going to attack with her usual flurry of fans. Nat 20. Second one is a 5 N. 21. So a 20, a 10, and a 21. Nat 20.
So a 20, a 10 misses. So a hit, miss, and a hit.
Okay, and the nat 20. Find my weapon here. Now, where is it? There it is. Her main weapon, her main fan, that's a +1, but is it magical?
+1 would be magical.
It depends on what it actually says in the description.
Okay.
I don't know. What was the damage on it? It's like a D4 or is it D6 +1 or something like that?
D8 +3.
It's D8 +3. Then why the +3?
I don't know. You gave it to me.
What's your strength modifier?
0.
What's your dex modifier?
3.
So that's what it would have been. +3 from your dex.
Oh, okay.
It's a finesse weapon. So no, it's not a magical weapon.
The enchanted heirloom fan +1.
Oh, the enchant. Oh, the air. Okay, now I. Okay, there we go. It's the heirloom fan.
Magical.
That's
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
So
That's her main
what is
weapon, not her secondary.
What's your damage?
All right, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
And the second one is 9.
9 damage. Okay. All right. So you swung out and lashed out at whatever's in this water. You still can't see physical shape. You just see churning of water as this is happening, and you're still witnessing all this up, Kian. As you see this, you see Rynn now pulling out her fans and attacking something in the water or the water itself, one or the other. Are you doing anything at this point? Because you were holding your action.
Get your ass down here, girl.
Yeah, she'd jump in at this point. She sees she's fighting something.
We've got
Okay.
this.
So you jump in and you start swimming down towards where they are. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
She would have her silver dagger out and her buckler shield on. And that is wisdom saving throw. Dirty 20.
Okay. You hear that whisper, even though you're underwater, in your head, and it forms almost like a complete melody, and you feel it tugging at you, but you resist.
Okay.
You feel that compulsion, but resist. You manage to get down to where you see Rynn and Jorrack attacking churning water. You don't know whether it's churning from their hands in there, moving around with their weapons, or what the situation is, but that's what you see.
Okay.
What is your action?
Oh, I thought that was my action. Jump in,
No,
swim down.
that was your movement.
Well,
Your movement was swim down.
she'd get up there, have her dagger ready to slash if she could see an opponent.
All you see is churning water.
Yeah.
Would it look like it's churning of its own volition, or it's something you're doing?
Well, because you guys are got to remember, like a round is 6 seconds, right? So you guys are slashing in the water, so it's hard to tell whether the churning is from your slashes and your blade movements, or is it from its own.
Yeah,
Really
that's what I'm
hard
thinking. I don't think if she
take
didn't
it.
see anybody, she would assume that that was an invisible creature or anything. I think she'd just
So you're holding your attack.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Until you possibly see something. All right. So that's Kian. That was on Rynn's turn. Now it's mine. And Kian, you are actually no. There's still actually around Rynn.
Right.
19 to hit. Rynn, is that
Who's
beat
it?
your armor class?
Sorry?
It's
19.
attacking you, Rynn.
Oh, yeah, I've got a 10.
Okay. That pressure when all these things came and swarmed you were feeling, you feel now the same thing, almost like little needles or claws, all of a sudden raking against your skin. And they start to tear into flesh with a roll of 19 and the damage. Actually, what's it hit point at? No, not yet. 6. 17 points of necrotic damage.
Yikes.
Yikes, right.
What you guys see watching this, even though to you, Rynn, it felt like claws raking the skin and opening up the flesh, what you guys witnessed is her, like the one side of her arm, just these wounds opened on her arm and started
I'm
bleeding.
down 1.
And she's looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
So that's what you guys do notice at that point. Jorrack, you're up. You can make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that thing again.
Remember, you're still compelled. You don't want to go up.
Mhm.
Okay, new dice. Wisdom saving throw. Let's see what you got for me.
Come on, new dice.
That's a 12.
I think you might. Actually, you made it. Just.
Ah,
Good.
You're no longer compelled to stay where you're at. So what are you doing as you're taking all this in now? Rynn looks pretty bad. Like there's a lot of blood in the water.
Like all the blood.
Yeah, almost.
he's oh god, he's gonna try to strike it, see if he can't at least get it to stop. So he's gonna do another 2 weapon slash.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, first one is 22.
It hits. I will let you know it's not even at half its hit points yet.
See, that would have made a difference, but that's
You can't tell though because you can't see what you're attacking.
Yeah, 6 piercing.
6 piercing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's below half.
And then he'll strike again with the fan. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, hits.
That is a 7 slashing.
Okay.
And he's going to evoke dirty fighting. So the target has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the end of its next turn.
Okay. Good move. All right. So that brings us to the top of the round. Kian.
Seeing
you've taken all this in
that
now.
Rynn has this, she sees this line of wounds open up along her arm. She's figuring out that we're fighting an invisible enemy in the water. So
Yep.
she would move to Rynn, right up next to her with her silver dagger, and put her shield arm kind of around Rynn while she stabs at the water right next to where she saw that
Or it's
arm.
turning.
Right, yeah, right next to her arm, like she sees whatever, hoping that whatever the creature is that
Yeah, you
opens
don't
up the
get
line of
disadvantage.
wounds.
I mean, it's kind of all around you guys, so it's pretty easy to to hit for the most part.
Okay, that is a. Well, no, it's not. Damn it. 13.
13 actually hits.
Oh, very
damage.
good.
And this is
Okay.
not a magical weapon, it's just a silver dagger, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So that is 5 points piercing.
Okay.
5 points piercing.
All right, so you've damaged it. And that is
And
the end of your
pull
turn.
Rynn back up as she can try to swim up with her.
So you're going to try and grab Rynn and start moving towards the surface. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're moving it about half because you're pulling her up with you.
Okay.
You're moving it about 15-ish.
Yep.
So you'll get there. We've got next up would be Rynn. What are you doing as you're being pulled up?
Yeah, I'll assist with that. But is it possible to imbibe a potion underwater?
No.
Okay. So she's gonna help get her ass up to the surface so she can.
Okay, so you guys do make the surface then this round. With your help, you break the surface. You can breathe. You can actually, for a moment when you're above the surface, Rynn, that feeling you had where your chest had closed off, where you couldn't breathe, even though you're in air for just a moment, and then all of a sudden it's like, and you notice this as well, Kian. It was weird because normally the first thing that someone would do that had been underwater for that length of time fighting would be it was almost like she was struggling to breathe, and then all of a sudden so that came in. So as that happened, Rynn, you're on the surface, you're there, that's happened. These things are now going to move. Now,
Well, that was my action or my movement?
that was your movement. So what are you going to do on your action? They're not around you anymore at the moment.
Oh, my my healing potion out and guzzle it.
Okay, so now that you're on the surface, okay, so you crack the thing out and chug it down. Okay, you can roll your points back. They are going to move on.
I forget what our healing potion is. Does anybody have a written?
2d4 plus whatever? I think that was last time we noted that.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
That's what it was. Well remembered.
I have it written down too.
You are these things. This churning, Jorrack, as all of a sudden Rynn is dragged up and the two of them make the surface, both Kian and Rynn. Before you're able to start making your ascent up, if that's what you're choosing to do, these things now again surround you and almost start embracing you from all sides around. I need you to make a strength saving throw this time.
Come on.
12. It's better than what it's been.
You can't breathe.
You guys.
Like you can't. I know, like you're aquatic. You can normally breathe underwater, but you can't.
Mm.
No,
You are
it's fine.
physically, at this point, incapable of breathing, and you are restrained at the moment.
Which
It is now your turn.
okay. I am
you-
restrained.
So you are restrained. So you can make another strength saving throw at the beginning of your turn to try and break free.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll attempt to break free. But I will say that he can't naturally breathe water, but he can hold his breath for I think 10 minutes.
Okay. So
So-
you're fine for holding your breath, but you feel that same thing that
Yeah.
Rynn did. Something. It's odd. It's a really strange feeling.
Okay, that's a 22 for a strength save.
Okay, so you managed to pull free. Are you swimming up to the surface?
Yeah, he'll swim up to join the others.
Okay. So you do swim up to the surface. You break the surface with the rest of them. Top of the round, Kian, what are you doing? Rynn's with you. She's
Urging
drinking
Rynn to get up the rope and get out of the water. Get out of the water.
So you
Can
got
we
other
see what we're
crewmen at the
fighting?
top holding the rope. So you're grabbing
Yeah.
the rope to start going up.
If she sees that Jorrack is coming after them, I think she would.
Yeah, Jorrack just made the surface.
Yeah. Yep. So
Okay,
she's
so
trying
you
to help
start climbing the
Rynn if
rope.
Rynn needs it.
So
Rynn-
you get right up to the railing.
Okay.
Rynn, what are you doing?
I'm
on
going
your
to
turn?
get up as well.
Okay, so you're right behind Kian on the rope. Jorrack, you're on the surface. You're going over. You're within grasp of the rope. From behind, as you're swimming, the back of your legs, you can feel those sharp claws once again. Trying. Oh, shit.
No, it's okay.
That's a
Would you-
nat 20.
Uh-oh.
Ow. So, let's see here. As wounds open on your legs, like claw marks, but yet there's no 7.
Now, real quick, was that an attack against Jorrack?
Oh yeah, wait. they have disadvantage.
Because he has
They have disadvantage.
disadvantage.
It's still going to hit you, but it's not a nat 20.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
that's one saving grace.
That
That
helps.
makes a difference. It's still 14 points of necrotic damage.
Reduced by 11. 6 hit points from the adrenaline that he's got, and then
Nice.
reaction. He toughens his muscles, and it actually resists 5 points of damage.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
he can do
Yes.
that anytime he has a reaction. So that leaves how much damage total?
Sorry, I said 14 was 14 points.
Oh, so that's
So-
only 3 then.
Only 3
Okay.
of necrotic. Yes, Rynn. You
Ow.
want to add something?
I forgot. That first attack that she did underwater was a nat 20, and I didn't
That's
do
true.
any extra damage.
Oh, you didn't double it.
Oh, no. So that first one was 9 points.
It's still up anyway.
Yeah, but it's still another 9 points.
Okay, just let you know. Okay. So that was its move. Jorrack, what are you doing? Is this thing you feel it clawing at your? You don't see it other than churning water.
He wants to turn and he's got this look like he's about to slap the heck out of it, and he reaches his hand back and he grabs a
your
rope and just starts
Scaly
climbing.
ass up here, you half-shelled.
Okay, so you climb up. So all three of you are now up on deck. The crew are kind of pulled back away from you. The officers are looking cautiously at what's going on, and you get the nod from Garrick that you're all back on the deck. And what you guys see as you turn around, you see coming up out of the water, you see it start to churn, and then coming up out of the water are these writhing, ghostly shapes that look. I mean, if you look closely at them, they've got like a fairy's beauty amongst them, but they're ghostly and they're writhing around. And there's well, at this point, dozens of them around, and they're just in this formation as they're flying now out of the water towards the deck of the ship. As they're getting close to the deck, you hear ropes creaking from above, and looking up, you see Captain Darius Vane grabbing onto one of the rope riggings and swinging all the way around over the rail of the ship as he slashes down with his red sword blade, slashing into these things. As you hear that song that you were all hearing turn to shrieks and screams and then silence.
Go, Captain Blood.
And then he lands back on the deck. He goes, oh, that was a close one.
He got them all?
They only had 7 hit points left.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
Great.
minimum damage from his sword is like 15 or 16 or something like that. So
All
yeah,
right.
So yes, for the record, those things are a challenge rating 3 for you guys. They are Siren Wraithling Swarms.
Yeah.
I loved
So
Jorrack
is
is
like-
jumping overboard. You're like, okay. It's like, oh no.
yeah, I was sitting there waiting when you did that. I'm like, oh, well, that's what happens.
But he's trying to
That's
save a life.
fighting.
That's what
Says
he's focused
Kian.
on now. It's like looking at the guy who didn't make it, did he?
As this happens, you guys, I mean, you're all standing there catching your breath and taking a moment, taking it all in. And the whispers and the song fades. It's gone. The lights below, as you're kind of watching, they just kind of fade away into the darkness, swallowed by the deep. The sea itself returns to its normal, wavy, rocky self, the mist drifting in patches here and there. There is a strange chill that lingers with the three of you specifically. The crew is exchanging, you can see them, uneasy glances back and forth. This crossing so far has been no ordinary voyage, and something old and watchful stirs in the straits. Kian, you sense this. You guys do pass through that difficult portion of the strait. The Embermire Peninsula lies now behind you, and the open straits stretch ahead. Yet already the sea itself seems intent on breaking your resolve. As twilight deepens, the crew prepares for the next leg of this perilous crossing. You guys, let's see. You've already got inspiration, Rynn. Jorrack, you did jump in to save a crewman. You will get inspiration as well. That can be used this particular session still. We are at now. It's this one right here. The water turns a little shallow at this point. Its surface breaking with teeth of stone and coral jutting out from the water. The waves surge unpredictably here and there. I mean, it's not as rocky as that first leg of the journey, but it's still, the water's more shallow. It's a little bit more of a navigation through here. Everything is very unpredictable. There are glimpses of sharp reefs just beneath the surface. The Scarlet Reaver is threading its way carefully. One wrong turn could splinter the hull. The crew waits anxiously as the ship drifts into the maze of rocks, sails straining in shifting winds. What are you guys doing at this moment? As again, it is probably, you guys are now at full hit points, by the way. A couple of days have passed. You've been sailing as you go. At this leg of the voyage at this point, what is it you're doing? Are you, again, doing the lookout thing again and shouting warnings? Are you assisting with the navigation or working the riggings and such? Like, what's...
Rynn generally stays up in the riggings when we're not in combat or on a mission. So she's up there doing her thing.
Yeah, with Daksha sick, then Kian would probably be helping with navigation. Manning the rails.
So you're going to help navigation riggings, Jorrack?
And he's soaking up all this water, so he's just absorbed in like perception, watching out for dangers.
This is a group check. It is a new scene, so there's no advantage on this one. You guys must get 5 successes before you get 3 failures.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are starting off with a perception, especially for Jorrack. Jorrack, roll me a perception to spot any submerged rocks or currents that could drag the ship off course.
That's a 6.
The ship hits a couple of jagged rocks and takes some damage.
Rock.
Yeah.
Little too late.
I'm trying.
He's going rock crash. I was like, crap, there it goes. I need a dexterity roll from Rynn up in the riggings.
Alrighty.
Find, cut away tangled ropes and shifting sails quickly to react with the currents.
20, 21, 22.
Very good.
22. You succeed in cutting those ropes quickly. The ship is able to quickly correct its course. Kian, you can try and rally the crew. You can do what they're doing as well, trying to spot rocks and whatnot, or work in the riggings. You can try like hauling ropes and poles and moving things around, using labor, moving it around the deck, or you can really work with your investigation in nature, trying to really help the navigation course chart a better course. So what is your choice of ways of contributing at this point?
Probably rally the crew.
You're going to work to rally the crew. So persuasion or intimidation? Your choice.
Intimidation.
Okay.
That is that's a 19. So that would
All right.
be wait, that's a +5 for intimidation.
So you're keeping the crew in line. Like you're barking orders better than your barking orders better than Garrick does at times. And the crew is kind of following suit and doing as they're told. So Jorrack, what's your next course of action? Do you continue to try and do what you're doing? Do you switch it up and work with navigation? Do you You're not into acrobatics, we know that, but what about hauling some of the stuff around the deck that needs to be moved, that seems to be getting in the way, or barrels sliding that's getting underfoot?
Yeah, I'll say he'll get his eyes off the sea after some pretty bad bumps, and we'll just, all right, let me help secure things
Focus on
around
something else.
so people don't get
Make me an
trapped.
athletics check.
Athletics. Oh, it's a dirty 20.
Okay, so you haul ropes and poles and lines, and you physically force. You're reefing on one of the sails, and you're forcing it to change its course of action. As you're moving. So, with that, we're back to Rynn. Rynn, are you continuing to work in the riggings?
Yep, that's her specialty up there.
Okay, acrobatics.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so once again, you quickly untie and tie things that are supposed to be keeping the ship on course so navigation doesn't have a problem. And next up, Kian, what is your action? Are you continuing with the crew, or are you switching up to something else? You're continuing with the crew. Still intimidation?
Yep.
Okay, roll away.
I just noticed the derpy tiger behind you.
Oh no! Now you get the derpy tiger.
I've been seeing that.
Sometimes they just come out of the blur. I don't get it. So
I just looked and I'm like, she's got a little tiger behind her.
That's a 15.
15. So yeah, you keep the crew focused and go, and that is your 5 successes. As you continue, the ship does grind against the reef a little. Shadows dart in the turquoise water below as you see it. There are fins that slice through the surface. You can see, sea life down there. And then there's a massive scaled form that surges up from below. These reef predators that are around. But again, the ship is managing to get through for the most part. The reef falls away into deeper waters. The Scarlet Reaver finally breaking free of the labyrinth. The crew exhales in relief, though the hull groans with the strains of the passage. There's been some damage done to the ship. The open straits stretch before you, but every sailor knows the sea grows deadlier the further west you sail. Clearing the reef intact, the crew's confidence has risen. You guys do get advantage on the next group check.
Good.
Now, is the damage such that it needs to go into dry dock, or is it something?
No, it's stuff. Well, there's no possible way of doing that. So you guys will have to do on the fly repairs at some point, or stop somewhere else in a port and try and get the supplies you need to do so. So you should have everything you need for the type of damage that it is right now. Like there's no huge holes in the hull, but there is hull damage, there's sail damage, and so on. But that will have to be done. And the Scarlet Reaver though continues to push west. The timbers of the ship itself groan, but it sails still proud, clearly on the water as it goes. Ahead lies the most perilous crossing yet. The narrow waters where
worse than the last two?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
The narrow waters where Alsaphia and the Onyx chain squeeze the straits into a gauntlet of danger. So on your left, you'll have the Onyx chain, those volcanic islands. And on the right, the lands of Alsaphia, which many know. Well, Jorrack, you know firsthand, not the most pleasant of places. With that, the waters tighten as you go into a narrow strait. And again, this is a long distance you're traveling, so days do pass. The waters tighten into a narrow strait. The Scarlet Reaver is forced between black cliffs to the north and volcanic rock to the south. The wind howls, waves slam against the hull, and then shadows move on the cliffs. Signal horns blare, and moments later, a spray of crossbow bolts rain down like stones from above, from
From
hidden
Olsafia side?
from the Alsafia side, from hidden emplacements. To the south, geysers of scalding steam burst from the volcanic shallows. The only way forward is through. There's no going around. How do you guys?
Unfriendly giants they are, I guess, she says.
How do you guys react? Are you more focused on the attackers from the Alsafia side, or on the volcanic eruptions from the Onyx Chain side?
Well,
And would
what
pick up-
seems to be the most hazardous to us at this moment?
They both look equally dangerous in your
Like-
eyes.
Well, I mean, like, are the arrows hitting the ship, or are they missing us?
Oh no, there's some of them are hitting the ship, thunking into the deck, into the side of the hull, into the mast. So they're hitting. So far, no crewmen have been hit.
Kian will go to that side with a big pole arm of some sort and stand there to basically fight, deflect any arrows coming in.
Okay, so you're focusing more on the Alsavia side. What about Rynn?
Yep.
And on the volcanic side, does it look like we can get a little bit closer to that, away from the arrows?
There's a good, like, you're looking at what these geysers are doing to the sea, and make a nature check, actually.
Nature did it.
17?
These geysers erupting are causing enough disturbance in the waves that it could capsize the ship.
Well, I relay that epiphany to the powers that be. Stay away from that, and call out to the crew to, basically erect some sort of shielding from the arrows, because that's going to be less dangerous than the volcanoes capsizing us.
Okay. You see, actually, a lot of the crewmen have grabbed shields from down below, and they're kind of on that side of the ship with their shields up, trying to form sort of a barrier, for the crossbow bolts to sink into. So that's what you guys are focused on right now. And as you guys are moving further inwards, what you're seeing is along the Alsafian side, in these nooks or niches inside this black cliff face rock, with rope ladders strung up for them to climb up and down. You do see a group of Alsafian soldiers. They're not a big group, but I mean, there's a small group of them that are firing these crossbow bolts towards your ship, and they are, again, only within range. There's no way you can get into melee with them at all, or anything else for that matter. So I will need a new initiative roll at this point. Ooh, dear.
Does Jorrack recognize anyone firing upon them?
No.
Okay.
Does our ship have any ballistas?
It does have two harpoon guns, and that counts as its ballista.
Okay.
Yeah. 18 for
Rynn's gonna
Kian's
handle it.
initiative.
Okay, so Kian, what's your initiative? Sorry,
18.
18. Rynn,
Where's my
Going back to the
4?
okay, Jorrack.
7.
Okay, top of the round. That's me.
No.
Jorrack, roll me a d6.
A D6. Let me refresh. Going back to my treasure die. You went to D6. That D6 has produced a 5.
Okay, not far off on the left side, a geyser erupts. The ship is far enough away that it doesn't really affect it. On the other hand, that is 4 of them. So, okay. 4 more crossbow bolts come flying towards the ship. 3 of them sink into the shields from the shield wall that's up. One of them pierces right through the right eye of one of the crewmen that are standing there with the shield. They just kind of peeked their head around just at the wrong time, and it literally went right through, and he collapses on the deck, not moving at this point. So that is what they have done, and now we are on to Kian. What are you doing?
She's still got shield one arm. Pull the other arm to deflect arrows.
Okay, so you're just working to deflect arrows? That's it?
One end or the other where they've run out of shield. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you make the first, and this is that advantage because you guys did earn that last scene. You get advantage on a group check. So you can roll me dexterity. Acrobatics check, actually, if you have acrobatics.
Acrobatics check. That is a 16 plus 2. 18.
Okay, you actually were one of the deflectors of one of those arrows that came in, and you successfully did that. As you did. Next up, actually, is Jorrack.
He will actually, since he doesn't recognize any of the Alsathians, like he'll go to the, unless one of the officers tells him not to, he'll spend this action loading up the midship ballista. Getting ready to hopefully scare these guys or at least do some damage back.
Okay, so you're loading it up, getting it all ready. Okay, so it can be fired next round for sure. And Rynn, what are you doing?
She has gone to one of the other ballistas and is readying to fire.
Okay, so same thing. It takes a round to load these things up. So that's what you guys are doing. You are loading up the ballistas to go. Top of the round, that is me. Rynn, roll me a d6.
1.
1. Right at the aft. Yeah, I think it's the aft is the back. So
yes,
the aft, left-hand side aft. A geyser erupts and sending not just steam, but also bits of lava fragments into the air and coming down. I need everybody to roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh,
So this happened aft of the stern.
That's a nat 20.
Would I get... Oh, no, that's not something that we'd have advantage on.
22 for Kian.
Okay.
Nat 20.
You said dex saving throw?
Yep, dexterity save.
13.
Dirty 20.
13 is fine, and dirty 20 is fine. So you guys all managed to avoid getting sprayed with this. Most of the crew seems to have secured their footing. The helmsman, however, the helmsman's fine as well. So the ship stays its course, regardless of the force from the side. That was the volcanic eruption, and then we have the crossbowman. Okay, so 2 more crossbow bolts sink into the shield wall.
Crewman shields.
Yep.
Kian,
Yes.
I know a 19 hits you.
Yes.
As you've got your pole arm and everything else, and you're trying to help block, you take 4 points of piercing damage as a bolt hits your upper forearm and sinks in.
Just missed that one.
One of the other crewmen, you see another crewman take a shot, and get hit. He's still standing though. And that is their round. So Kian, you're up.
If they're firing crossbows at us, now she's mad. Could she take her crossbow off and fire back at them?
Yeah.
Does she make out enough of a target that she thinks she could hit it?
They're making you out.
All right. He's going to try that. That is 18, so that would be plus.
Oh yeah,
4.
you hit.
22. Oh, shoot, I lost my pencil.
Bonk.
Okay, good. So that would be 1d8 plus 2 piercing. 8 plus 2 is 10 points piercing.
Okay. You definitely sink into one of the soldiers on the cliff. He doesn't fall, but you definitely hit him.
Cool.
For certain. Jorrack, you're up.
All right. If his weapon is ready, he's going to take aim, yell, "I'm not going back!" And he's going to fire.
Okay.
I have no idea how to do ballista stats.
No, that's fine. I've got the ballista stats. You don't need to worry about that. I just need you to make it to hit roll with because you have improvised weapons. So.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea.
What are you getting it to?
That's an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just say the harpoon flies straight. It has a rope attached to it. And it goes through one of the soldiers. And it's just thunk. It's there. What are you doing at that point with it?
Well, if I can, I'm going to tug on the rope and reel him in. I got to catch.
You pull him off the ledge. You kind of start reeling in this massive harpoon. You pull him off the ledge and into the water and start dragging. It's about 45 feet of water that you're dragging him through. So you're starting to pull this limp body on a harpoon that's meant for killing whales across the open waters.
Well, I'll leave
Rynn.
stuff on the side so that we can identify who it is.
Rynn is going to where these people are they in like a built nest, or is it
They're in like little alcoves that seems like this is a spot they've set up to ambush ships that come through.
I mean, like, is it something that the harpoon might be able to tangle in and rip off, or is it?
No,
are they standing?
This is like solid rock.
Oh, okay, so she's just going to try and do as much damage as she can to the entire nest.
Do you have improvised weapon?
No.
Okay, disadvantage on your roll.
No.
Okay, well, I rolled an 18.
Okay, so that's your first roll. What is your second roll?
Nat 20.
Okay, so an 18 still hits. Same thing. Boom, goes through one of these soldiers.
Is there any way I can jerk the rope to knock some of the others off?
No, they're all in different spots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a
But
nest.
if you jerk the rope, you can pull him into the water too.
Sure, why not?
So you pull him into the water. He's in the water. Are you doing what Jorrack's doing? Jorrack's trying to pull him across the water? Or
Yeah, I'll drag him so that I can reload the weapon.
Okay, so you're dragging it back. There are other harpoons around, but, it's just, yeah.
Well, it sends a message.
You've already got one.
And
Yeah,
once he gets
exactly.
once I get him there, I'm going to tie him up on the side of the ship, on the railings.
Jorrack's like pulling him in and go, gotta send a message, and he's pulling him in. And with that attitude, you hear kind of a laughter that you don't hear very often on the ship. It's Captain Vane. just kind of chuckling over your attitude and your phrasing of teaching a lesson. He seems to kind of enjoy that thought process. Rynn, I need you to make me. It's at this is at advantage. I need you to make me a. Make me a dexterity or acrobatics roll, please.
19.
Okay, that is your second success on this challenge, as you avoid falling debris and rocks that are coming down around you and spray from other geysers that are going off. So that was Rynn's action. So that takes us now to top of the round, which is me. I need Kian to roll me d6.
Roll a d6.
Don't roll a 1.
That's a 5.
Okay. So somewhere off to the left, another geyser erupts safely as you're going through. And now there's only 2 guys up on the ridge. That's one sinks in, one thuds into the shielding. The other one takes out another crewman. Like
Get
dead.
that bastard.
He wasn't even in the shield wall. He was just kind of standing back, kind of watching, preparing, and it went right through his throat. And with that, it goes to Kian. What are you doing?
Shooting at the guy who just did that.
Okay.
That is a 19. God dang, I'm on fire with these dice tonight. So that is a 23. Huh?
Lend your dice to Jorrack.
I should.
Yeah. So that definitely hits your damage.
That is 3, only 3 plus 2, 5. 5 altogether.
5 altogether. Okay, he's still up.
Damn. She sees that she hits him. She's happy, but she's not happy he didn't fall.
All right, next up is Rynn. You're still pulling? Or not Rynn, sorry, Jorrack.
Oh,
Still
Jorrack.
pulling?
Yeah, he's pulling. He's just bringing the body on board, getting his stuff.
Okay, so you're still pulling away. Not a problem. If that's the case, I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, no. Did I just catch a fish? No! No!
Did you fail?
I got a nat 1.
Oh, dear. You
Or
lost
6.
Splash! Jorrack just
You
got
didn't
pulled
get a
over.
reputation
Whoa.
here, Ken.
You got pulled overboard?
Literally pulled overboard.
Oh, no.
Hooked on something there as we were going by trying
We'll
to pull
get
that.
to that in a moment.
And it wasn't
So-
hooked on plumbing.
At
We'll
least
say
you can
that.
swim and breathe
We will get to
underwater.
that definitely in a moment. Rynn, what are you doing? As you kind of look over to the other ballista, as you're reeling this guy in, and you see Jorrack doing the same thing, and all of a sudden go whoa, and gets pulled into the water.
Well, I'm going to pause and check to see if he's okay.
You see him in the water. He's not being attacked or anything. He's in the water.
Put your ass back up here. You got work to do.
Shut up!
And I'm hauling my catch back.
You're still hauling your catch back. You guys have made the 3 rolls you've needed to continue, and the ship's moving forward. The sails strain, and the crew is bloodied. You're down 4
3.
crew.
4?
Well, 3 from this, but
3.
then 1 from earlier in the thing.
Yeah.
No, you said 2 of them went down. One of them was just injured. I thought you said.
Well, 1 was shot through the eye and killed. 1 was okay. Yeah, you're right. There's 3 dead, 1 injured, and actually, there's a few other that are injured in this process as well, either from debris from the geysers or from crossbow bolts. But there is definitely damage as you got through.
We
The
lost
crew is
3
bloodied.
crew members.
The Scarlet Reaver bursts free of this gauntlet. The cliffs recede behind you, leaving behind 2 Alsatian soldiers on the cliff face. 1 is being pulled behind you in the reef. You managed to climb back up on deck, Jorrack, realizing that the far end of the rope was actually tied off at the harpoon gun, at the ballista. So it's still there. So whatever's on that rope is being pulled behind you, whether it's a body, a fish, or nothing left at all. Same thing for you, Rynn. You as you're doing this, you realize it's tied, and so whatever the body, you can continue reeling in if you want.
Yeah, because I want to hang it on the railing.
Okay.
Wow,
So, Jorrack, are you continuing to
Surround.
reel in your
yeah,
your
because
catch?
he mainly for identification to see what he can learn from the clothing, from anything that's remaining of their possessions.
You do see when your soldier comes out, it is an ogrekin
Oh,
that has been half eaten. Its bottom half has been chomped clear off with some of the harpoon.
Looks like you were lucky when you fell in there, Jorrack.
So whatever it was that got him was pretty big, but he's toast. Rynn,
You were fishing
you
for a
actually
big fish.
doesn't. It's pretty easy when you're reeling in your catch. It is a little furry, dog-like humanoid, about 3.5 feet tall. Looks like it's got like the face of a pit bull. Stocky build, but I mean dead, obviously, with a harpoon clear through the center of him. But you pull that up on deck. It is a kobold.
Okay, and I pin him to the outside of the railing.
Okay, so you just
Pin
kind
that
of
ogre kid, the kobold ain't worth it.
so you basically take the kobold and hang him by the rope over the railing, as an example, with a big hole gaping out of it.
Yep.
What do you do with the ogrekin the torso?
he looks up to the officers, kind of looking back, and he's like, "You guys able to fish any sea monsters?" Kind of suggesting that there might be something out there to avoid or fish up if they
The crew and Garrick in general is just like, yeah, we'll save that for fishermen. not our
Good idea.
foray. That's for us to make our way. As I said, the cliffs are receding behind you this whole time. You can still smell that sulfuric smell in the air, the smoke and the fire from the volcanic eruptions. The onyx chain is smoldering to the south, and you do see Alsafia's banners fade on the north. You can't see anything anymore other than this open stretch ahead. Dangerous still, but at last unclaimed. You're out of the regions of, or the direct reach anyway, of the lands of Alsafia and the onyx chain itself. Captain Vane stands tall at the helm, his voice sharp and commanding, as the Scarlet Reaver sails into the western seas, scarred but unbroken. Ahead whispers a place. He whispers of a place called the Island of Echoes. The next destination awaits. The smoke clears as the Scarlet Reaver staggers into these open waters. The decks are scorched, sails torn, and the air reeks of brine and sulfur. Crew rush about, binding wounds, repairing rigging, counting the fallen, preparing them, covering them up, what have you. Captain Vane steadies himself at the helm, his sharp gaze sweeping the seas ahead and the straits behind. The scars remain of what you've just been through. What are you guys doing at this case? Like, there's a lot of wounded, there's damage, there's, again, some of the crew is a little bit disheartened or whatever. And then, of course, the captain and Quartermaster Garrick are together up near the helm.
Rynn is going to use her natural charisma to lift everybody's spirits as we work together to get everything patched up.
Make the roll. Make the roll.
17.
Yeah, you definitely improve the crew's morale, and that helps in the long term. It helps reduce long term damage and the healing process that they're all going through and being cared for. What about Kian? What's Kian up to?
We're still at open sea. We haven't made landfall at the Isle yet.
Oh no, not even close.
She'd probably go down and see what's going on in the galley, if there's anything she could lend in there for her first while after.
The cooks are busy. I mean, obviously everybody's hungry and tired. They're preparing a stew. There is like a broth that they seem to have set aside, and they're taking that to Daksha, who is basically in a quarantine area. Because again, she got swamp fever. They don't want to be having that spread about the crew. So you're down helping out in that regard. What about Jorrack? Jorrack, what are you up to?
He'll actually be up with the captain and first mate, kind of looking out, and he'll just kind of casually ask, once we get there, what's the plan? Kind of seeing if he can learn what they're going to be doing and if there's anything they need to know.
Well, Jorrack, you're up there, and you kind of look around, and the day's wearing on, and night's approaching and coming in. Repairs are being made. The seas have calmed. Yet on the horizon, there's faint lantern glows that linger along the Alsatian coast. You can see them off to the side, but now you seem to be. You're south of Alsatia, but now the ship is turning directions a little bit, starting to head northward. So therefore, Alsatia is now
Correct.
east of the ship rather than north of the ship.
Yep.
You still see behind you the onyx chain smoldering peaks in the distance with sparks into the dusk night air. There is a lot of open sea ahead, and Captain Vane looks at you and rests a hand on your broad shoulder. Our heading is clear. We're going to Kinargan Island. You've heard that name before, Jorrack, in the pits. It is a place they call the Island of Echoes. And he looks again, and he's very sullen, and he says, "It is the Island of Echoes," almost like reassuring you that that's what you heard. That's where our fate pulls us, Jorrack. And he pauses, his eyes narrow, looking out at the horizon, and then back to you, and he says, "And make no mistake, my friend, others will follow." And with that, we end episode 4 of the Scarlet Reaver.
How was your game, Toms? It was good. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.